Hello, Radio Geek here, and I have today is the Grundig G5, and this radio I have had for a very long time, and I just rediscovered it here, and I actually took it to the park and did a little playing with the shortwave bands and the amateur radio bands, and I've got those clips, and I'll have those here in just a minute for you. It came, I had this since it's new, I guess. It's a AM/FM shortwave, and it has a single sideband and 700 memories. And it comes with this pouch that you can store the radio in, and a manual. And the manual's here, and it says Grundig there, and it's a pretty concise manual. It's got multiple languages in it and stuff, so it's really only about 15 or 16 pages long, but I still got that. And so I thought I'd go over a few of the buttons and things here. I have not familiarized myself completely with it yet. It's been a long time since I've used it. I've kind of looked through the manual and figured out a few things, but a lot of it I've forgotten. Anyway, up here at the top you have the power button, which you can set it for sleep timer as well. Have a lock button here below it, and there's a hole right here. You can stick a paper clip in and it will reset the radio. And the manual says it doesn't wipe out the memories, but it does reset the clock back to zeros again. This button here is the memory page button, or the time setting button if you've got the power off. This is tuning up and down, and if you hold it, it'll automatically tune, scan, auto search they call it. And on the side here there's also a tuning wheel as well. Volume is just the plus and minus here. There's a single sideband button to put it in single sideband mode. A light button and an edit button, which is for the memories, which I've forgotten how to mess with that. This one here is the AM band, or the enter, and it changes the meter band. If you keep hitting it in shortwave, it'll advance to the next meter band. This is AM band, FM band, and frequency and enter. We have a time zone. You can set a time zone. You can push this check button and it'll check the memories of the bank, and you can hold it down and turn the knob and switch banks, and you can see which ones are used and unused. If it has a box around it, it's occupied, it's used, or something's programmed there. There's no box around it, it means it's available. You can erase the memories and store them as well. And then there's different features for these function keys at the top, as far as setting which memory position and whatever memory band you're in. And actually on the back here, under this little thing here, this little flip top, I don't know if you guys can read that or not, but it says, see if I can read it. It says F1 is the 49 meter band, F2 is 41 meters, F3 is 31 meters, F4 25 meters, F5 22 meters, F6 19 meters, F7 is 16 meters, and it also has other functions as well. There, F7 is charge, F6 is scan set, and F5 is the 9 kilohertz, 10 kilohertz band switch, and then F4 down to F1 all have to do with alarms or something. It runs on 4 AA batteries. It has, on this side of the radio, it has a DC input jack, and you can also recharge rechargeable AA's in there as well if you set that up, I believe. Headphone jack, and then we have your local and DX switch. So if you put in DX for shortwave listening or whatnot, and if you have a really super strong station, you could put it on local to attenuate that. And then you have an external antenna input, which is kind of nice. The wrist strap, the telescoping antenna on the top. On this side we've got a tuning wheel We have a news or music selection switch, and also doubles on the shortwave as a narrow and wide. And then we have a fine tune here. This is for in single sideband mode, where you can adjust that up and down to get the signal to sound right. It's kind of like a clarifier wheel, I guess. And then here is a line out for going out to a recording device or a computer or something like that. And there's nothing on the bottom. So all in all, it's a really nice radio, and I had a little play with it at the park, and it did pretty good. There's a lot of static crashes here. I think there's some thunderstorms going on and things in areas around, and so that you could hear some static crashes, but I was able to pick up some pretty good strong stations as I was tuning around. So it did quite well. I understand that the ham bands have been up and down and haven't been too great in these last few days, but I was able to pick up some stuff anyway. So anyway, that is the Grundig G5, and I'll put those clips of the park, and you guys can listen to those. Hopefully there isn't too much wind noise. There's a bit of a breeze, but we'll have to see how that comes out. All right, on to the band scans. Hello, this is the Radio Geek, and today for you I've got a Grundig G5. I had totally forgotten about this radio and was going through some things and found it. It's an oldie but a goodie. They made this in the Eaton version as well. In fact, the owner's manual here says that it's a Grundig here, but on the inside it mentions Eaton there. So same company apparently. I think that's all Texan stuff really. It's all under the same umbrella, I believe. I'm out here in a park today. I don't know if you're getting any microphone wind noise or not. Hopefully not. Maybe hearing some road noise occasionally, and some people playing here at the park. So hopefully that won't disrupt anything. I had noticed that this radio, I haven't used it in quite some time, and I don't know if I don't recall it ever being like this, but the display is kind of on the dim side, like the contrast isn't quite right. Batteries are fresh, full level battery, so that's not it. So it just might be just an age thing with the display. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how old this radio is, but I've had it for quite some time. It's probably a 15-year-old or more radio. But this radio does actually have single sideband, and I was just tuning in some hams on the 20 meter band, and I just thought I'd just kind of tune around a little bit and play with it a little bit and take you guys along for the ride. I apologize that you won't be able to see the display, but even if I was had the camera right on the display, I doubt you'd be able to read it anyway because it's so dim. Anyway, let's turn it up and see what's going on. Static crashes. There's a clarifier knob here on the right side.
40 meters has been closing down at night here. I thought maybe with the summer coming on, there's more sunlight up in the northern hemisphere. That would have an effect on keeping the band open a little later. So we'll see how it goes anyhow. So KC0 GTG W6LVW, John. John. Yeah, well, thanks for giving me the call. I appreciate it, and your signal has kind of just been up and down. But when we're hearing you good, you sound terrific.
Yeah, so there you go, a little bit of chatter there. Some static crashes are pretty crazy right now, but it's doing a good job of picking up the single sideband. I've just got the whip antenna clipped onto about a 20-foot piece of wire that's in one of those spools, and I've got it kind of strung up kind of at a pavilion here just on a couple of the posts, so that's about it for that. Let's see if we can find something else on here.
Miles east of Kansas City in Missouri, and you're about 10 over here. Stepped away for a second. Yeah, who's calling me? Kilo Charlie 2 Delta Hotel Uniform. John, did you say somebody was calling me? No, I think we lost Jim there in the noise. Alright, Kilo 2 Mount Vector. Let's see, Whiskey 5 Hotel at the hotel. Any copy, AJ?
Yeah, you're about a 5.6 to 5.7. Just came on, W5AGH. Good evening, John.
Alright, we got you on the log there, and appreciate you being here to help out. Okay. John, Kilo Charlie. Kilo 2 Mount Vector. Somebody was anybody else who would like to check in early? You lost me completely. Technical difficulty here. Okay, Bob, you want to put out a couple of calls for early check-in? Yeah, roger. This is November 0 Delta 575. Please, for the YL system. Early check-ins for the wild system. Anyone, anywhere, call now.
We'll take it out of sideband mode here, back to AM mode, and see if we can find anything here.
Well, I don't know if I had any. I just know that God showed me a hand with an angle that he was going to restore it again, and that hand would pick up money.
This is 7490
going to get a financial
WBCQ, Monticello, Maine.
And she says, as far as the black and white, half black and half white, He said, the Lord told me that he's pleased with the way you are taking the race problem in this country and dealing with it. He said he's pleased with that. And he wanted me to tell you that he's glad that you are showing that there isn't no difference between black and white. Well,
everybody and their brother has a motorcycle is out today, apparently. Let's put that scan mode here. We'll see if it can find something. Let's see, what have I done here? Now we're scanning. Had it in memory mode or something. 9350. Brother Stare. Man, that guy must be on about 20 stations at any given time.
World gives thanks to the architects and builders of temples and churches, which remind us of our spiritual inheritance. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for more giving news. A bright idea.
Broadcasting from the United States of America, this is WRMI, Okeechobee, Florida, Radio Miami International. You can find out more about WRMI at our website, WRMI.net. That's WRMI.net. Visit our website and share your QSL reports. This is WRMI, Okeechobee, Florida.
That's 93.95.
A guerra jurídica é um termo, na verdade, americano, inglês, perdão, que se chama lawfare. Em realidade é uma tentativa de aniquilação
9690.
outra pessoa pública de um político através de um procedimento viciado ou através de um procedimento ilegal. Então esse é o conceito básico do lawfare. E nós defendemos que é exatamente isso que aconteceu no procedimento contra o Lula.
Ricardo Franco Pinto, advogado junto ao Tribunal Penal Internacional, é brasileiro, mas também atua na Espanha e participou na última sexta-feira do ato Libertar para Lula por um Brasil sem preços políticos. Ele explica que a campanha tem envolvido organizações internacionais devido à importância de Lula, não apenas no âmbito doméstico.
O Lula é um ícone internacional, não é um ídolo da esquerda, ele é um ícone, ele é um dos políticos mais admirados no mundo inteiro, segue sendo, provavelmente seja o brasileiro mais importante, ao menos dos últimos tempos, e foi muito fácil, não é? Para.
El 7 de abril en Bucarest han tenido lugar a la Alianza del Atlántico Norte y al Día de la OTAN. 19 de marzo de 2004, Rumania se unió a la OTAN mediante la presentación de los instrumentos de ratificación en el Departamento de Estados de Estados Unidos, depositario del Tratado de la Alianza de la
9700
La
kilohertz.
presentación de los instrumentos de ratificación fue seguida el 2 de abril de 2004 por la ceremonia oficial en la que se izó la bandera rumana en la sede de la OTAN. Desde el año 2005, el Día de la OTAN se celebra en Rumanía el primer domingo del mes de abril. Presente en la ceremonia militar organizada con este motivo por el Ministerio de Defensa Nacional de Bucarest, la primera ministra Viorica Dăncilă.
There's 10 megahertz, the WWV, coming in pretty darn good. Got it just about full scale.
At the tone, 23 hours, 4 minutes, coordinated universal task.
It's 9350. I think we're stuck on the same band. Change the meter band here. See if we can find anything here. It's 11670.
De flor en flor, escuchamos a Laín Pérez y su orquesta. Este polifacético músico cubano, bajista, percusionista, pianista, cantante, compositor, arreglista y productor discográfico, nació en la ciudad de Trinidad, actual provincia de Santo Espíritu, en 1977, y su primera escuela de música fue su propio hogar, en el que creció escuchando guajiras y sones cubanos. Su padre, el experimentado compositor Gradelio Pérez, le enseñó la importancia de la calidad de los textos y los rudimentos de la composición, y a la edad de 8 años se inició como vocalista en una agrupación infantil en la provincia de Cienfuegos. En 1988 ingresó en el Conservatorio de Música Manuel Saumel de esa provincia, donde tomó clases de guitarra clásica y piano. Y en 1993 se trasladó a La Habana, donde prosiguió sus estudios de guitarra en la Escuela Nacional de Arte. En 1995 se le presentó la oportunidad de formar parte de la prestigiosa agrupación Iraquere, dirigida por el maestro Chucho Valdés, con la que tuvo su primera experiencia internacional en el Festival de Salsa de Cali, Colombia. En 1996 se graduó de nivel medio con la máxima puntuación y es invitado por el destacado salsero Isaac Delgado para actuar con su agrupación en un conocido cabaret de La Habana, donde comenzó sustituyendo al bajista y en poco tiempo se convirtió en director musical de la agrupación. Y vamos a escuchar de nuevo a Laín Pérez y su orquesta, ahora en juego.
Competition, I'd say. Not now that your nation you member competition, but like the UK, which is beating the Mike
Para notícias de negócios, CNPC retornou que a abertura do mercado financeiro da China conseguiu mais um sucesso histórico.
13650.
Índice composto global Bloomberg Barclays
é um dos 3 índices mais importantes do mundo sobre títulos de crédito. Atualmente, o valor dos bens administrados para os capitais que integram este índice atingiu 5 trilhões de dólares. Agora a China participa deste índice, o que significa que o país pode atrair mais capitais para seu
Well, anyway, it gives you a little idea of what this radio can do. It's like, you know, between 6 and 7 o'clock in the evening, just out here in the park. Got a little piece of wire up, and I was picking up hams and international shortwave channels, and it's a lot of fun. I haven't played with this for a long time, so I've forgotten really how to use it, to be honest with you, but I kind of fumble my way around here. But just thought I'd take you guys along for the little field trip out in the park here, and catching some sunshine while we got it, and playing a little radio. So hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, this is the Radio Geek.